A word that may not sound very religious, and I'm happy that it doesn't, because it allows you to know we're not talking about religion, we're talking about life. We're talking about what will be helpful and useful to you. Now, why are we looking at E? Because it has to do with where you are going. Now, the question is, what is your expectation? Because that's what the letter E is for. A is for expectation. So many people are just, even within the church, having left maybe some habits, and then they are coming into developing another form of habit. They've left some form of addiction and they are coming into religious addiction. So people are just into a roller coaster kind of journey. They form a triangle, they know their home, and from their home to work, from work to church, possibly, and then from church back home. And those are the most important places in their lives. As wonderful as those places are in our lives, that's not all there is to life. The question is, what is your expectation? What's your expectation for your future? What's your expectation for your marriage? What's your expectation for the relationship that you have started or you are about to start? Do you have any? If you don't, it is time to sit down and actually ask yourself that question and answer it. What am I expecting from my relationship? What am I expecting from the person I want to get married to? What are my expectations concerning myself, my career, my relationship with others, apart from my family, myself as a husband, myself as a father, myself as a brother, myself as somebody's son, myself as a friend. I mean, you can name them. And the various other hats that you wear as a person. What are your expectations? Now, the word expectation seems to be confined to the now by many. But expectation is what helps you to know whether you have faith or not. Because without expectation, there won't be faith. The word faith is given diverse kinds of meanings, but I love the one that defines it as the conviction, the immovable conviction that what's in my heart will come to pass. Now, based on God's word, not just something you cook up and then expect it to happen. No. Expectation of something good. What's the good thing you are expecting? You have to factor that in. And based on God's word, you can release your faith to see it come to pass. See, expectation links you with the future. Expectation moves you from the present, the actual, and links you up with the ideal. So, what's the ideal thing? Now, your relationship may be in the acorn state of it, but that acorn can evolve into an oak tree that will now produce other acorn seeds that will now produce other oak trees. So you see what we are talking about. One expectation may seem to be small, but you see the potential in that expectation is unbelievable. The result that you can get from it. You can liken it to a seed. And you see, the other thing that expectation does to every human being is that it energizes you, depending on how valuable, depending on the importance you attach to that expectation. If the expectation is small, you will be motivated in a very small way. The motivation will be very low. And because it's not important, it's not big enough to get you excited, to motivate you, to get you passionate, you may not do much about it. But here is the key. Expectation will not only link you with the future, but it will stir up your creativity. It will stimulate your brain. It will stimulate both the right and the left sides of your brain. While you are thinking of how it can happen, you are also allowing the creative thoughts to begin to work. You're beginning to allow yourself to see the possibilities because it can happen. What kind of expectation do you have? See, if you have an expectation, that influences the kind of friends you make, it influences even the decisions you take, it influences the kind of books you read, it influences the kind of program you take on.